Pole position, it is the Honda 3-cylinder of Raymond Roche, works engine. In second position, it is the works engined but Belgian-framed Honda of Didier de Radigues, the X250cc rider. To win, he does need points to build up for the World Championship and to make it 2 in a row for the Roberts-Lawson team. 1983, Roberts, and they're away. And it's Haslam. As usual, Ron Haslam makes a terrific start and goes into the lead with Sheene in second places. British rider first and second as they go into the right-hander at Copse. From Copse up into fifth gear for Maggots, building up towards 140 miles an hour. It's Ron Haslam, Rocket Ron, well named, who is leading the British Grand Prix, and Lawson coming through. There's Lawson now in third position as they go into the right-hander at Beckett's. From Beckett's to Chapel, from Chapel down the Hanger Straight at 160, yes, 160 miles an hour, and it's Barry Sheene still in second position, chasing Ron Haslam and losing that third position. And it's de Radigues who is in second position. So it's Haslam leading Honda, de Radigues, the Belgian, second Honda. Barry Sheene is third on the Suzuki. Fourth is Eddie Lawson on the Yamaha. And Ron Haslam, making the most of his clear circuit in front of him, is away in the lead, coming up to complete lap 1.
Well, Ron has made a reputation this year of his early meteoric starts. The only thing is he has tired during the race. I think De Radigues is the real threat here because he did a superb job in the practice series.
Into Woodcote and out of it. It's Haslam leading, de Radigues. Sheene is third, Mamola is fourth, Lawson is fifth. And you're looking at number 17, de Radigues, in on the Honda 3-cylinder with its works engine, chasing the full works Honda of Ron Haslam, the man who has been the Formula 3 World Champion, the Formula 1 World Champion, who has won the TT, and just about everything else in Britain is possible to win. Sheene is still third. This is magnificent because Barry Sheene was not expecting to do well if the race was dry. Rod McElney, the British rider, just out of a plaster cast, is in 9th position.
And Barry last night had to change an engine because in the short period of practice which he did do, it seized a piston.
And up into third position now has come Randy Mamola, the American, on the 4-cylinder Honda. So it's Honda's first, second and third. It's Barry Sheene, number 7, in 4th position. Behind Barry Sheene, who is 4th, is number 4. And then behind it is Roche. Roche is ahead of Lawson. Roche, number 11. So the Hondas are packing the front, with Suzuki of Barry Sheene in 4th position and the Yamaha of number 4 there, Eddie Lawson, on lap 2 in 6th position.
And the one thing that Lawson didn't want was to get Roche in front of him, because he said that he could have won, in fact, the Dutch Grand Prix, but
Yugoslavia, the 4-cylinder Honda.
But at the same time, it hasn't been reckoned as the most competitive one. And so they're trying to bring the development program forward by giving this to Mamola.
And as de Radigues and Haslam fight for the lead, so Mamola and now de Radigues leads on lap 4. The Belgian is through. Third is Mamola. Second is de Radigues, and the leader is Ron Haslam from Langley Mill. Mamola goes through, he's up to second, he has worn down de Radigues, he is up to second.
Well, they are spoiling each other, because at these sort of speeds, what you do find is there's a lot of disturbance, and today we will have a reasonable amount of wind. And so the line through the corner is all important for a maximum lap speed, and none of these except the leader can do it.
So there are the leaders again. And that is Barry Sheene in the distinctive yellow-wheeled Suzuki. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, down the Hanger Straight. Out of the race has gone the Swiss rider Sergio Pellandini. No problem that I know of except machine. And out of the right-hander in the lead for the first time, Randy Mamola. And now Lawson has seen that he's got to do something about it, because Mamola is the one man in this race that can seriously challenge Eddie Lawson for the World Championship. Lawson is now in third position on the V4 Yamaha. There he is, the quiet Californian, right with Ron Haslam, almost rubbing wheels.
And you notice how he's actually been coming up on the inside of the corners and in fact trying to sort of close off the possibility of someone diving through and perhaps endangering him. Lawson's riding a very heady race.
Technical point, most of the riders, the Honda riders, are on Michelin tyres. Lawson and Ferrari are on Dunlop cross-ply tyres, and the Yamaha's power characteristics and the Dunlop tyres are ideally. Behind Radigues is Raymond Roche, number 11, the Frenchman on the Honda. And there is Roche riding out of the race. Zut! That's it, I've had enough. Furious. Chuck it away. What use is it anymore? Roche has seen his World Championship chances and the race order. Mamola leads on the Honda. Lawson is second on the Yamaha. Haslam is third on the Honda. Fourth is de Radigues on the Honda. Fifth is Sheene, and sixth is Honda. So there are 4 Hondas, a Yamaha and a Suzuki in the first 6. And 2 British riders in the first 6 as Lawson dives in very tight, but the door is firmly but fairly shut in his face by Randy Mamola. Haslam. Stowe corner this is, de Radigues 4th, down to club. Lawson takes the lead. 3 Hondas, 1 Yamaha. Up to Abbey. Lawson, Mamola, Haslam, de Radigues. Up to the bridge at 160 miles an hour. Down into 5th to take Woodcote.
You saw there how he took, in fact, a wider line when he had the clear road in front.
Magnificently smooth.
First time he'd ever ridden a Grand Prix 500 motorcycle last year, so it's a tremendous performance.
And Eddie Lawson there has scored in every round of the World Championship this year. He won in South Africa, in Spain, in Austria. Second in Italy, Germany, France. He's lost the lead to Randy Mamola, but he's lost it before and regained it. He'll do so again. Ron Haslam, though, is still there. And he could just be riding a canny race as they close up on Paolo Ferretti, the Italian rider, the man from Lugo, on a private Honda. That's number 53, who's just about to be engulfed by Lawson, Haslam, Mamola and de Radigues. In 7th position, it's Virginio Ferrari. 8th is the leading purely private rider, Paul Lewis. Amongst that lot is number 7, Sheene, number 18, Wayne Gardner, number 33, Virginio Ferrari. There they are. There's 33, Virginio Ferrari, the second of the 2 Yamaha Works riders, with Wayne Gardner, number 18, and they've both passed Sheene. So that means to say that Wayne Gardner is now 5th, Ferrari is now 6th, and Sheene is now down at number 7 with his number 7 on his machine. And that with them riding round there and about to be lapped is Mila Pajic, the Dutch rider on the Suzuki. That fairing over the exhaust pipes gets very hot. If you look just over the rider's hands of the 4-cylinder Honda, the fairing, you will see there is an NACA duct as Mamola retakes the lead from Lawson. That duct leads into a black pipe, which leads into an airspace between the top of the exhaust pipes and the fairing in order to keep the temperature down as much as possible. And Mamola surges between 2 riders, one of whom was Simon Buckmaster, and you are now seeing an absolutely magnificent scrap. Number 4, Eddie Lawson, world champion designate, and Randy Mamola, the only man who can prevent him at this meeting from getting that championship.
And I think that, in fact, Lawson has decided a really race, because you notice he got wide on that corner, got into the loose stuff, got into a little trouble, but still went ahead and took the inside place and the lead again.
And Rob McElvey, recovering from his French Grand Prix leg injury on the new monocoque Heron Suzuki, is in 8th position. Lawson leads, Mamola 2nd, de Radigues 3rd, Haslam
And in fact, that machine and the Heron both have another new development in this race. They have the carbon fibre rear brake discs.
Breathtaking stuff. Lap 21. The big crowd here is sitting, watching an epic struggle for a win. And Ron Haslam is in third position. Ron Haslam has taken de Radigues. You'll see shortly the white helmet and the black leathers of Ron Haslam. There they go. That's Haslam on the three-cylinder Honda in front of de Radigues, and he needs to stay there. And although we're staying with this terrific scrap for the lead as they pass David Griffith on the Suzuki number 15. Behind the 7th place man, Wayne Gardner, who's got Barry Sheene 6th ahead of him. There's now a 4-man scrap for 8th place between Paul Lewis, and that is Paul Lewis's bike. Paul Lewis has overdone it and dropped it. So that means that McKelney, Roger Marshall and Katayama are battling for 8th position. That, I regret to say, does not look good because the straw bales are being put round Paul Lewis. And round now on the 26th lap with 2 to go at the end of it, Mamola, and he nearly had the back step away from him then, but such are the young American's reflexes, and he's really riding at about 11/10 just past Mick there, but I've little doubt that that's given Randy Mamola the opportunity marginally to increase his lead as he comes into Woodcote now to start his last lap. And the gap between Mamola and Lawson is 2 seconds now. Last lap, let's go round with the potential victor and second place man. There is the man who's going to be second, unless something happens to the leader, Randy Mamola, in the last 2.5 miles of the race, because with Lawson coming up to Maggots, then down into Beckett's, here is the race leader, 24-year-old Californian Randy Mamola, who won here in 1980, who's finished second in Spain, won in Holland, third in both Austria, Germany and France, second in Belgium, third in the World Championship, to add 15 points to the 81 that he already has. Into Stowe. There is no way, unless Mamola is blocked by these riders in front of him, that Lawson will catch him. And now, de Radigues is missing. Ferrari is up to 4th. Sheene is up into 5th. Wayne Gardner is back into 6th position. And Mamola's going through. Where is Lawson? There he is. And number 53, Paolo Ferretti, has been lapped for the 2nd time. And Randy Mamola, as he passes the tail enders, is under the bridge, is up to Woodcote, is into the last corner, and I'm glad to say that Paul Lewis is perfectly okay. And Randy Mamola gives a sign of victory as he wins the 1984 British Grand Prix from Eddie Lawson on the Yamaha in 2nd position. And yeah, Randy has won a magnificent victory. The World Championship has yet to be decided.
A superb ride.